If it doesn't freeze, that's going to be a miracle. If it does, that's fully expected. Well, we're not gone yet, which is surprising to me. Forest. What's this? Audience. Ambience. Ooh, God. Really loud is what it is. That's just ambience, never mind. Elven Glade. Yeah, I guess. That'll do. Hello, everyone. Since the stream hasn't frozen yet, which I fully expected it to, so this is a surprise. Let's go ahead and bring what players I have in. Hello, anyone here?
No.
Hello.
Alright. Oh, right, I have to turn you guys' volumes down.
Do you really?
Like, do you really need to, or do you just think you need to?
No, apparently we're loud as hell.
I mean, is hell really that loud, though? Like...
Do you want to find out?
I mean, I
already lived there.
Goodbye, JD.
Oh, rip JD. Off to get pasta.
Alright, I've turned you guys' volume down. Because what I noticed was that in all of the recordings so far, all freaking 32 of them, my voice is super quiet compared to you guys. So I figured the solution to this is probably just turning down your guys' volumes and then turning up my headphone volume so that I can hear you and that the audience can hear us all at the same volume.
Even when I watch your stream, you're always extremely quiet compared to any other stream on Twitch.
Yeah, I figured.
And here we watch the majestic gazelle as it prances through the prairie.
And here we watch the majestic "It's time to stop," as it tells you it's time to stop.
I'm kind of wondering where that came from.
Where didn't it come from?
David Attenborough?
Probably something along those lines. Oh yeah, I've got to do it.
Just turn that down to 20%. That'll do. Alright, let's see if that solves the issue for the future. I've changed the broadcast settings a little bit to try and equalize the volumes a little. Which is going to make it a bitch for me to hear, but it should be alright for you guys. I just drew all over my hand. That's fine. I'm trying to write some secrets down, and it's much harder than you would expect. Let's turn JD's volume down. And there went Shanty. Oh my god, we're losing everybody. We're dropping like flies. Not really.
Pepperoni?
Okay, we all good now?
There you are.
Hey, we hears you.
Yay.
I just get you guys down the way, but let's see.
Are lost or gone. So chat, what I'm trying to do right now is write a bunch of rhyming couplets, or not even couplets, but like more extensive little poem rhyme things for a very specific purpose. Oh god, I'm yawning. I'm gonna need the DMG today if they choose to accept or take or somehow manage to acquire the horde of the critter that they would be encountering. Hey, thanks, Zans, for rolling me this cool-ass thing. Forgot that not all random encounters had to be violent. Y'all are quiet today.
Sorry.
Really?
I don't
Really
really feel like I have lots of interesting things to say.
Is everyone here?
Yeah.
Are we?
I think so.
Oh.
In my
Well, tell me
defense,
then.
I just woke up about 20 minutes ago.
Lucky.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I got home and went straight to bed.
Ah,
Yeah.
I know
It was
that
a
feel.
long day. Long day.
I know that feel.
21.
What's tomorrow? Saturday, isn't it? Alright. So I guess if everyone's here, we can just go ahead and get started. I feel like we're waiting for something, but I don't know what.
You.
A written invitation.
Alright, well, we'll just go ahead and get started then. So I guess I don't think that's ever coming. Alright, so last we left off, you guys, after leaving Comet's Glory in your journey towards Iyril, had proceeded through the summit steps, one of the more dangerous parts of the Kaival Reaches, as it is patrolled by rocks, and it is not close enough to the floating cities to be in an area where they are not permitted to eat people. As you were making your way down, you passed through a couple of switchbacks and you found a strange building, seemingly built at the into the side of the mountain, called the Traveling Tavern. You entered and discovered that the place was in fact just an ordinary tavern, or so it seemed, though they did not accept coins as currency and instead asked for stories. You told them stories to secure your rooms for the night, went to bed, and when you woke up, the Traveling Tavern, instead of opening its doors to the summit steps, led you out into the forests of Iyril. That is where you are now, as the morning light comes streaming over the mountaintops. What would you like to do?
I'd like to check my bag, just to see if there's anything extra in there, because I remember last time this happened, I ended up losing like 10 gold.
I have something to say to the barkeep or the innkeep when we have a moment.
Yeah, me too.
Is it
Okay.
something nice?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not convinced, but alright. Temp, are you gonna, do you want to like roll a check for that, or are you just gonna like goof?
I mean, no, I'm actually like, I'm gonna take a look in that bag of mine. It'd probably be
Okay,
perception, right?
roll investigation, because you're looking for
Oh,
something.
Oh, jeez, Ooh.
You wanted to do this?
Here we go, boys. That's a 5.
Everything seems to be where you left it.
Yeah, alright.
What were you looking for?
I don't know. I was hoping I didn't get any money stolen from me.
Why would there be money stolen from you?
I'll tell you when you're older.
I'm older than you.
I know. I only use that line on people who are older than me.
I know, dear, I know. Alright, who's next?
I had a slightly long thing for the innkeeper. I don't know if people are. Somebody else has something they want to say for that.
Yeah, I want to ask him what's going on. Is like, what kind of trick is this? What are you doing?
Give me a
Like
second
this-
to remember his voice. He was Scottish, I think. He says, there's no tricks here.
We came in with one landscape and now we're looking at another.
That's true, yes.
But then again, it wouldn't be called the Traveling Tavern now, would it?
He kind of glances over to you and gives you a very swift smile.
Minato walks down from the stairway.
Listen, you live in a world where your friend over there can levitate things with his mind. Do you really think this is that much of a stretch? It's meta, isn't it? So is the tavern. What else?
One sec.
Around. Sorry, what was that?
That was 1 sec. I had a mouthful of food. I had a thing to say, but I need to.
Ah.
Do you want to do it first? So Mir, so we know where we are and all that, right?
Yeah. You're in. Well, you know vaguely where you are. You recognize the forest as being Iyril, though you don't know where in Iyril you are.
But we are past the desert and closer to our destination.
That's true. Yes.
First, Mir's gonna ask if he has any directions or tips for getting to our destination.
Oh, there should be a main roadway somewhere near here. If you head north from the tavern's mouth, or where it is now, you should be able to find a crossroads.
Alright. And then, so, something to give you, because while I turned out to be spot on the nature of this tavern, I was perhaps a little hasty in my judgment of your intentions. So if I was rude or the like before, that would be why. But, sort of as an apology for that, and I'll say thank you for getting us past the desert and closer to our destination. I have another story for you.
All right.
Digs into her bag and pulls out the book of, like, stories and things given to her by her family and says, okay, so this one my grandmother wrote down. She translated it from Dwarvish, I think, so the phrasing or the number of syllables
Interesting.
probably isn't quite right, but basically, here's a story told in limericks that she learned from
Jesus.
from a sailor on one of her crews.
Oh, see, I'm worried. Very, very worried.
There once was a pirate named Bob, who was not but a sorry old slob. Too lazy to scout, too quiet to lout, the captain gave him the figurehead's job. Lashed to the front of the boat, his fellows did bray like a goat. Little they knew his luck was true when another vessel was spied afloat. Merchant she appeared to be, but a secret under her canopy. A nasty surprise, for in fact in disguise 'twas Ironheart, dread captain of the sea. Out sprang Ironheart's dread crew,
Oh my
and
god.
Bomb's former mates they slew. With cutlass they bled, they turned the deck red, and then they came for Bob too. But lo, in Bob's sorry state, his old crew's object of hate made him appear to be enemy dear, and thus he was spared his crew's fate. Enemy of thine enemy is friend, and so it was, Bob met his end, not by the blade, not by a spade, by living to 110.
Huh.
Never heard.
Just out of curiosity, did you write that like for this session? Or did you just like find that?
I wrote that at the end of last session that we had, because my brain decided to start buzzing around 2 a.m.
Wow. Huh.
So yes, I've been sitting on that for like 2-3 weeks.
Damn.
So
He,
there's your limerick.
Yeah, he's highly amused by this. And he was kind of messing around with the barware and the glasses and whatnot, and he puts what he was doing down and he heads over towards like the far end of the bar and fishes underneath it and literally hands you a map of Iyril.
Woo! Thank you. And Mia runs over to consult with the party members to make sure that they're
Payment in
going
stories.
to follow the map correctly.
Yeah, it's a good map. It's accurate, as far as you know. I never finished this rhyme, and now I'm worried I'm gonna have to use it.
Yay!
It's fantastic. All right, so where do we have appeared to have set down?
I'm trying to remember the map of the world right now. The foothills of the Reach sort of peter off about halfway through, or halfway up the height of Iyril, if you're looking at it like top down. And you see mountains to your east still, so you haven't gone that far north. You've mostly just skipped east and some north. You've managed to avoid any part of Suthara, which is good for you. But you still need to go a significant distance north. And then, of course, westward, sorry, not east, westward into the center of the forest.
Okay.
So, what do you do?
I go
Have a
high
bite to
five
eat
the
and-
barkeep.
Have a bite to eat and then
Alright.
start out, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might as
Alright.
well.
Collect our horses. Make sure Nyx hasn't gotten into trouble anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. What's Nyx
Yes.
up to?
Who had Nyx for the night?
It would have been Minato had she not given it to probably Mir for the night.
I was gonna say, if Minato was around, she might, but I don't know if she was busy that night.
Oh,
So
yeah,
Nyx was with
so
Mir.
probably Mir.
What is watching doing? I have a document
I guess I will
specifically for
retrieve
stuff
Nyx
he's
and make
doing
sure he
when
has
he's
a
not watching.
tasty breakfast.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you guys go ahead and grab some food to eat. And just like the night before, the food that is offered is just like weird, unpredictable stuff. There's like this weird marsh salad.
is it good?
Like indicative of different cultures or just bizarre, like
Both. There's a marsh salad, which is like, oh, I don't know where in the world that's from. Somewhere, I think. But then there's also like eggs, but they're all made of gummies. And they're not like cooked egg gummies. It's like an actual egg-shaped egg, but they're like tiny and in various
But
colors.
they're like gummies.
So grapes.
Yeah.
You're telling me of what grapes are?
No, they're little eggs.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Super duper sure?
Uh-huh.
All right.
They sure don't taste like grapes.
Oh. Oh my gosh, I found my W-2.
Off topic.
Yay. Sorry,
Great.
I know it was off topic.
Congratulations. Alright, yeah, you guys go ahead. I'm also trying
Zachros
to write
is
something
in
at the moment,
character.
so. Very in character.
Good.
Zachary, you
It
find your
is.
W-2 from when you were employed 6 years ago. It's been under this couch cushion in the main room of the tavern. Would you look at that? There
That's
it is.
why you could never find it.
There it
Everything makes
is.
so much more sense now.
Now you can finish your documents.
Your
Now the
documents
IRS will
work.
get off your
Yay.
back. Look at that. Okay. You guys grab your stuff. Where did I put the water bottle? There it is. You guys grab your various things. You have your breakfast. You check your horses. They're very content. They seem to have been taken care of over the night. They seem well rested, and they were clearly fed and brushed. They're very shiny. They're glossy now.
Yay.
Your cart is
Very
just
good.
fine. And you can go ahead and depart from the tavern if you so desire.
Away we go, I guess.
yeah, we
Upon-
should get some provisions and hit the road.
I'm not missing
Upon
provisions.
leaving, Minato thanks the barkeep.
Okay. Noted. Alright. Okay, who is taking the navigator position?
I mean, I'm driving, so probably not me.
Alright, you're
What
driving.
sort of skill would that be?
Survival.
Okay, I might be halfway decent at that. I'm not
With
for sure.
advantage because of the map.
I have a +4 for survival because I'm a wise little bird.
Oh shit.
Unless someone else is better at that, then I guess I'll do.
Thank you for all the hosts, everybody.
'Tis all you.
Alright, Minato will just look after Nyx, make sure he doesn't scamper off.
Indeed I shall.
That little scamp.
With advantage.
The other was a natural 1, so yes.
Okay, give me a second.
Bad dice.
I had a pen in my mouth.
You have betrayed me.
It could have been worse.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you kind
Sure, I
of
could've
you
rolled
kind of
two that once.
take a minute to figure out where you are on the map, and then you point the cart in the direction you're pretty sure is the right way, and head northwards. You go for about 45 minutes, and you have not yet encountered the crossroads that the bartender mentioned, the barkeep. But you do find a pathway. It's not the one that you were heading for, you think. It could be. You might have just hit it not next to the crossroads.
Just like turning the map this way and that, going, I might have got something wrong.
It's okay. Let's take a look. Let me see. What can I tell from the map?
You're in Iyril.
Okay. Landmarks and stuff?
Roll. I'll say roll survival with advantage. Because you have the map.
What time of day is it?
Probably
14 and 14. So
mid-morning.
that makes it 14.
14, okay. You're in Iyril.
Okay.
It's probably mid-morning.
Do I know which way is north?
Mir can at least tell you that.
That's true. You do know which way is north.
The university is pretty far north.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, you know which direction is north. You have to go that way a significant amount, and that's vaguely the direction you've been heading.
Does anyone in the party recognize any of the topography, like mountain ranges or anything?
Sakura, you did not venture this far south during your time in Iyril. Not really. This area is not really familiar
overland.
to you.
Not overland.
Definitely not overland, no.
All right.
What about Brahm?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, Brahm, have you ever been to Iyril before?
I don't think so.
Temp hasn't, that's for sure.
Yeah, so none of you then.
What continent did we start on?
You're on the same continent.
We're on the, but I mean, like when we started the campaign, like we know if we have a map. I mean, we know where we were, right?
Yeah. You were in Saints Haven, which is at the foothills of the Kaival Reach over near the east coast. You followed the Kaival Reach pretty much as it has gone in its big sort of scooping U pattern all the way over to its western end.
Wow, we really have gone a pretty big distance.
You have, yeah.
Because we're awesome.
You went all the way south to Silver Hill and then cut over to Etria and then back and up to Comet's Glory, then down the summit steps, and then took a hop, skip, jump over in eastward into Iyril.
So
There we go.
the vista landscape that we see right now, is it like steppe? Is it plains? Is it
It is
foothills?
forest.
Forest, okay. Can we see anything, any elevation changes in the distance?
Well, the mountains are on your right.
Okay. The map we have, is that anything that would show mountain density or height?
Oh, you're looking for which specific mountains they are.
Yeah, by like I
Like
mean
a
metagame.
topographical map, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have maps that are indicated for navigation that show you how tall mountains are just by like the density of the lines.
It is not a
Um,
topographic map, no.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
Well, guys, I think we should go north.
By looking at the mountains we see, can we recognize the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the shape of the outline, something that we could use to line it up on the map? like the jagged cut of the mountains going through the forest? Is that something that you could
Like an
compare and
iconic.
contrast? Yeah. Like, I mean, if you saw like mountains going in like a half moon shape, you could try to roughly match that up on the map.
You can try to match up where they descend into hills and then peter out, but other than that, they go in a relatively sort of unbroken line northwards without really swaying or jolting side to side.
And no iconic
No iconic
segments
peaks,
like-
no.
Okay.
Mir, by the way, is like sitting in the back of the cart, sort of stroking Nyx and looking somewhat embarrassed that she can't read the map. She's got this all like,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, it was a random map from a random person.
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily true.
Holding it sideways.
Oh, Mir, no.
I think we should just go north till we recognize something on this map.
Alright.
All in favor?
It's not up for me to say.
Sure. Do we have anyone? We have someone who was a mariner with us, right?
Jesus. Well, I don't know if it's mariner is the right word.
Well, my family were mariners.
Great
This is
start.
more aviator. Or at least has been in the air.
Yes.
I have been there.
Still? Okay. Camera's not working. There we go.
Yeah, we'll just give it a shot. North it is.
Alright, you head north. We ride north. Sorry. Every
Right.
time I have to. You guys head north. Zachra, go ahead and make a survival check.
Is there any advantage involved?
No, because you're not even using the map, you're just going north.
Yeah, I am just going north. Okay. I'm natural 1. Sorry.
Oof.
Oh boy.
You're going south.
The only reason you guys go north at all is because Mir is in the party and knows which direction is north.
What's the north?
Zachra, you're one of those people. The reason you go underland is because there's like one way to go in a cave. You go forward, you go back. If you go overland, you're one of those people who in a forest just goes in circles. Like no matter what.
Yeah, that's...
Mood.
Blaze of
Yeah.
trees doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It goes in circles. Blaze of trees, no one cares. Circles for you.
Circles for days.
Circles for days.
Circles for centuries, more like.
You guys don't really get any further in the next
Painful.
hour and a half or so.
So,
I would like to point out that during that time, Nyx kills and consumes 2 mice and a toad.
oh, no toads, buddy. Toads aren't
Too
good
late,
for you.
too late,
Minata just lets it happen.
too late. He's already eaten it.
Alright.
Just accept our fate,
Minato
everyone.
has him on a leash.
Yeah?
Minato probably,
just
like...
How's that working out for you there, Minato?
She doesn't care.
When does Minato care?
Very
Not
occasionally.
today.
Right. Alright.
Hey, chat, what's something that
So what do
rhymes
we
with,
see in our,
with the words be, me,
our
and
journey
story?
north?
Show me the map so we can ignore
Can we
it,
see any
right?
Rainbows?
God
Trees!
sake.
Any rainbow unicorns?
Mariner, do you mean survive being the pilot of a waterborne vessel? All of the party. Not even. Sorry, what's the question? Try to go straight for
You
left.
see on our journey
bigger
north.
than the right. I really didn't
And
want
I
to say
said
straight.
trees.
Well, there's.
Last I checked, we're in a fort.
I mean, there are trees around. Yeah.
And shrubs. And critters.
Understory. The understory exists. That's correct.
Oh yeah, it is a really big forest. Okay.
You've gone fuzzy, JD.
I mean, Zakrau is
I
in
was
fact
about
the
to make
backseat.
that joke.
Fuck.
Bottom.
Damn it.
What?
You're welcome.
Who should I put up with? Who's gonna take the next stab at navigation?
Why not? Hit me.
Roll survival, good boy.
So no.
Alright, survival.
I take
Get a
that
one.
as it was a survive no.
I couldn't survive if I was placed in a hole in the ground with food and water for 6 days.
Oh god.
I couldn't survive for 3.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 6 in total.
Oh my god. What's your wisdom bonus, pal?
No, I rolled total 6. I rolled a 4.
Okay, I was wondering if you
Wait,
rolled a 1 or
no.
not.
Wait, no, that should be a 7, not a 6 now.
Ooh, all the difference in the world. Yeah, you guys, you spend about 3 hours in total through Zakro and Temp, not really getting anywhere. And you, in addition
Excuse me,
to,
I know exactly where I
in
I
addition
am.
to have not finding the crossroads, you have lost the road that you were on. It seems to have sort of petered out, and now you're not sure if you're on a pathway or not. Like maybe this was a road at some point, but now you just
Hey.
can't tell.
Where we're going, we
Please,
don't need
please.
roads.
P. Well,
Yes, we do. We have a cart.
You know, I'm trying to look at the positives here, but okay,
It's the
let's
last
just
line of
go
a
with the
rhyme.
whole. Oh yeah,
That will
no,
come up
we
later.
don't have a road anymore. We're all gonna die. No,
Oh,
we'll
come
be
on.
Fine. Maybe
Good
half of us will
story.
die.
Memories
It'll
that
be
once were known and lost.
fine.
Eternally. Oh shit. Eternally.
Seriously, though, does anyone know how to find north? I sure don't.
Mir can
You're
find north.
flying north.
that's
It's the
all you
rest
can
I've
do.
been having some trouble with.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, let's just walk northward. Without a path.
That's gonna go super well. Somebody can roll survival with that. For that.
I'm not gonna roll survival
Words.
right now.
I
Anybody
don't think it's gonna go any good, but
Go ahead, give it a try.
I guess.
No. Who has the
Can I
highest?
use the map?
Yeah, sure. But at this
That's-
point, using the map negates your disadvantage from being hopelessly lost for 3 hours.
Oh my god.
Going so well.
Alright.
Mir, you've done the best so far. Don't feel bad about yourself.
Well, it's not terrible, but with a survival skill bonus of 0, I got a 14.
Well, you managed to take the cart north. Which is more than you've managed to do. But it's definitely past noon. And you don't think you're really that much closer to your goal. The scenery hasn't seemed to change. There isn't much of like a biome difference. This looks like the same forest you started out in.
I guess that's. I don't know if that's good news, actually. Never mind.
Well, it's better news than you had for the last 3 hours.
That is
Excuse me, I had perfectly good news. I just didn't know which way I was going.
Which was bad news. For everybody
Bad
involved.
Alright, I want to fly up and take a look around.
Okay, mark off the spell slot.
Yep.
You realize you could just climb a tree, right?
Oh, I do that.
Actually, you know what?
No, he did not realize that until you pointed it out.
No,
Yeah,
you'd
no.
actually know what? No, you didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I fly up there.
Yeah, you fly. Okay, yeah, you bilbo your way up into the canopy and take a look around. You poke your head above the leaves. For, for reference's sake, a swarm of these beautiful black butterflies kind of flutter away from you as you do so.
I want to catch.
And you can go ahead and roll that dex check if you want.
I'm flying, so I can be just as fast as they are.
It doesn't necessarily mean you're any more dexterous.
What skill was that?
Dex, just straight dex.
I
That's a
rolled
long pause.
I rolled an 18, and I know I have at least a +2, but I don't know what else I have because my sheet won't open.
Oh god.
So let's just say 20, right?
Yeah, you reflexively snatch one of these butterflies out of the air.
Is it okay?
Yeah, I'll say yeah. You've captured it in your fingers like Gandalf.
Awesome. I want to
You
examine.
captured Gandalf in your fingers?
Mhm.
Dang.
Okay, you take a look at this butterfly. It's got these beautiful iridescent black wings with these sort of purpley blue. You believe they're called purple emperors? Not sure though.
Oh,
Otherwise, it seems to be mostly ordinary. You do notice that it looks like a normal type of butterfly, but instead of the markings being like the normal dots and stripes of white, they're just the same sort of iridescent black. And you can see where there's differences, but it's like one of those black jaguars, where you can tell where the rosettes are, but they're still black. It's like that on this butterfly. It's a beautiful creature.
Question.
agree with my blessing.
Okay, you let the butterfly go free. Question, yes.
Is it possible to be looking for potion ingredients while we're wandering hopelessly lost?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead. Roll gathering.
Okay. Which if I can find a plant or toadstool or something from which I can get venom. Let's see what works. I require that for something I was trying to make. Let's roll. Ooh, not so hot. Total of 7.
Oof.
Okay, it's partial success. You find one plant. That's a thing, right? It's plant?
I think it's herb.
Herb. You find one herb.
What time of day is it now?
It is mid-noon.
Okay.
Well, probably... Yeah, it's mid-noon heading towards late noon. You'd like to glamour a tree... I mean, if you really want to try that. If you want to give it a try. But
Why
Getting
not?
desperate.
there's only so much I can give you. With that.
Oh yeah, I forgot to look around up there.
I'd like to seduce
Right.
a tree.
You're still up there. Okay, Zachro. You, go ahead and roll perception for me, buddy.
All right. On the dice. Come on, you got this. You got this. You got this. Well, oh, I have a positive bonus. 15.
Sorry, what was that?
15.
15, okay. Luke, I don't want to see you continue. Okay, 15. Yeah, you glance around, and you see it's mostly this beautiful unbroken canopy, and you see a couple places obviously where there are hills and valleys where the canopy like moves up and down with the contours of the land. You do notice a couple areas where there are like clearings. You don't know if they're anything specific. You don't see anywhere where their trees have been cleared for roads, which makes sense. In Iyril, they wouldn't really do that. You do notice kind of nearby there's one of those clearings, probably to the northeast, more east than it is north. How far up are you just going to the canopy level, or are you going up higher?
High as I can.
As high as you can. All right. You go upwards, and you see a significant portion of Iyril spread out below you. I don't think you can see to the coast from here. That's a little ridiculous. That's a hell of a distance. So you can't see that far. So mostly you just see forest in every direction, and of course the mountains behind you, as well as beyond that you can see the Alabaster Expanse. I think that's about all you can see. You can see, from your position in the air, you can see where the mountains sort of wind down into the hills north of the Reach, and then flatten out into the ground between Iyril and Bela. So there is that.
That's cool.
Just for the chat, all of my players are typing in Discord right now, which is absolutely what they're not supposed to do, but they're flirting with a tree. So this is what I have to deal with that you guys
Oh,
aren't
what
forced to
now?
see. Can you please stop, guys? I just had to explain to the audience why you're not speaking, and I had to
apologize.
explain what
It's
I'm
because
being
we're trying
forced to look
seduce a
at right
tree.
now. That thankfully they don't have to hear, I guess, is a good thing. Consider yourselves lucky.
Do they want us to share?
You know,
I think they
you're gonna have
do.
to ask them that. Listen, the moment's passed. That all you do, Zachrow?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm trying to be good.
Are you?
Please.
Are you really?
I haven't said anything
Oh,
else since you
Sheriff,
forbade
no.
me.
You don't want
Yeah, the rest of us have been doing that for him.
Yeah. Luke doesn't need to say anything.
Jesus. Alright, so what do you guys do? It is mid-afternoon.
I don't know. I'm thinking the
Mid-afternoon?
seducing a tree idea is our best thing, our best bet so far.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
Beach episode.
Oh,
Guys.
that's great. I can't think of anything to do besides keep trekking forward for a little while longer.
I want to go to the clearing.
Okay.
Be able to rest.
Okay.
Get our bearings if such a thing is still conceived possible.
Yeah, the clearing's not far away, so it's pretty easy to just sort of be like, oh, it's right over there. So, yeah, you can head that way. Since you're off the roads and pathways at this point, it's a little harder to get the cart anywhere, and the horses are a little annoyed about it. They're being fussy and finicky.
Oh, I pat them gently.
Well, they're still fussy. But you guys can go ahead and make your way towards that clearing. And as you do, you actually find that instead of stepping over many, many roots and rocks, it starts to sort of flatten out a little bit, almost like there was a path here once.
That's nice.
Yay,
And
we're finding the road!
hello, bag of cocoa. You head down, and it's sort of this sloping basin, and when you get into it, you find that the sunlight is streaming through this break in the canopy down towards the center of this very large clearing. And in the clearing, there is a ruin. And it is this broad circular ruin. You can see the remnants of columns holding up what once was perhaps a dome, but most of it has just fallen down into rubble or disrepair. You can see a couple places where the walls are still standing, and there's what were once probably these very beautiful marble buildings. But they have crumbled mostly to nothing. There are a couple places where you could take shelter from wind or rain, but other than that, it is just this big open, almost an amphitheater, really, and a couple piles of stone and rock and dirt rubble. There are plants growing all over it. It feels very peaceful.
Are there any illusions? Any obvious magic going on here?
Do you have a spell that could tell you that?
Detect magic. Seems a little too good to be true, you know? Actually, no, I want to check out the ruins and see how old they are.
Okay, so you're walking on in?
Yeah.
Actually, here's what I could try. Maybe I could try to discern reality here and see
Sure.
if there's any way that could help me.
Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
I mean, we don't... Yeah.
Could I look at it either with
That's a 10.
weather,
Oh,
religion,
that's
or...
a 10, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, you get to ask me 3 questions.
It's 2 questions.
It's 3.
Is it? You changed it? Okay.
Yep.
Alright,
Bag,
what should
you've
I be on
seen
the
the
lookout
sword.
for?
What should you be on the lookout for?
Yes.
You don't feel that anything in the immediate area is going to be directly harmful to you unless you provoke it. So, nothing really. Be polite.
Okay. What here is useful or valuable to me?
Oh, there's definitively a chest hidden in one of those piles of rubble. Definitely got some good stuff in it.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure to tell the party about that instantly.
Okay.
I
You can
go
see
there.
you can see the corner of it poking out of the pile.
Alright, and... I have two... okay. Odds or evens? Odd, even. Odd. What's about to happen?
What's about to happen? If you pass on by, nothing. If you interact with this, you will meet someone.
Sorry, you were cutting.
If you pass on by, nothing will happen. If you interact with this ruin, you will meet someone.
Oh, sounds interesting. I make sure to also convey that information to the rest of the party.
Alright.
Minato, who was going to walk over and start blasting away the rocks, freezes.
Looking at the ruins, do I, either with history or religion, know anything about them? They aren't like ruins of a temple that I recognize or anything.
Huh. Go ahead and roll religion. Bag, yes you have. You saw it in October when I got it.
Only I could have rolled that for navigating fees. 21.
Nice.
This doesn't look like it would be any very specific religious temple, at least not one that you're extremely familiar with. But you don't know why else there would be a random small cluster of buildings in the middle of the forest, so it could be. In any case, it feels calm, and it feels safe. Protected, maybe.
I guess while we're figuring out the places, I'll unhook the horse from the cart, make sure they have some water and a moment to rest. Try and calm them.
Good idea.
Okay, so who walked in?
Yes.
I guess tempted, yeah.
And then
Minato's
Minato?
about halfway, 3/4 of the way there, and kind of just stopped for a second.
The three
pulls
of
out a
you.
knife, and
The three of
continues.
you hear a voice in your minds. And this voice says, "Who walks along the forest way beneath the golden light of day?"
It me.
The Riftwatchers!
That's what you say?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hear it, so.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess,
what does it sound like?
It's this sort of, I can't replicate it exactly, but it's this sort of low, not quite breathy voice, but,
Like
it
a
sounds
tingly voice?
strange. It sounds strange to you. It's in your minds. Definitively in your minds, not in your ears.
Interesting.
Do you respond?
I guess, yeah. We
What do you
probably
say?
should.
We do.
Those who walk upon your grounds are known as the Riftwatchers from from far bounds.
Okay.
He's really trying.
Okay, I'm feeling it.
There's another pause, and the voice says, "Tarry not amongst these stones where lie ancient evil bones, or heed me not and linger still, if you be of evil will."
Well,
Clerics are disgusting. Fight me.
guess it's time to go. Nice meeting you, everybody. Let's go.
So what I'm getting is that we should leave.
Temp's
The
already out the
voice
door.
didn't sound like it was malicious at
I'm
all.
curious.
It sounded almost...
Can I triangulate?
Well, it's in your brain, so no.
Can I still attempt to do so by like spinning on the spot with my hands out?
Of
Sure.
course.
And I want to ask, where are you, out loud?
Just
Okay.
Sakura things.
There's
Roll
a
a Constitution
pause.
check to not make yourself dizzy.
Roll, you know what? Roll persuasion.
Uh-oh.
I just want to see.
I lost the die.
I think we're
It's
just
gone.
dead here.
9.
Hmm. Yeah, nothing reveals itself evidently to you.
Please?
I'll give you a hug if you do.
I will.
Do you want to roll again?
Does saying please give advantage?
Sure.
I want to say, we
We
mean no
wander-
harm.
We wandered over yonder crest. We just seek somewhere to rest.
Some place to rest.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Hmm. I didn't know they were gonna rhyme back.
We only seek some place to rest.
Mm-hmm. We mean you no harm, humble travelers are we. Come and talk to us and you'll see.
Hmm.
Speak with us and you shall see.
Yeah, that one.
There's a moment's
Mir, by
pause.
the way, has like tied up the horses and come over like, what are you guys talking to?
There's a moment's
Well,
pause.
you know, it's my friend Bob.
Mhm.
And both of the horses immediately prick their ears forwards and sort of tug on their reins a little bit. As you hear this sort of gentle noise, and through one of those ruined, through one of the windows between the two ruined columns comes this creature, and it just pours itself over the ground and
I ran
Sorry,
back to the
slithers
slithers
horses.
out into the center
Back
of this
away.
amphitheater and coils up, and it's this massive, just beautiful emerald snake. And it has this golden webbed crest that runs down on either side of its hood and on its spine, all the way down the length of its body to the tip of its tail, and its eyes are this monochrome swirled gold.
I am very intrigued.
Minato instantly is on her knee.
It looks
I-
at you,
Mir's
Minato.
going over to comfort the horses, make sure they don't bang into each other or whatnot.
Minato, it looks at you. And it flicks out its tongue, which is this deep black purple shade, and it says, this time it says it in a language I don't know if you can understand. It says it in these chiming tones. And it says, "The scent of you I understand, yet we have never met. Why is it that I know you? What secret have you kept?" Does anyone speak Celestial?
Nope.
Zakrao,
Nice.
you understand it.
Zacharon, master of like 600 languages, I swear.
Yeah, Zakrao, you understand the message.
No secrets. Again, humble travelers are we. But if I may ask, who do you be? Is that a sentence?
What you be?
Yeah, if we may
What ye
ask
be.
what you be.
Ye.
Who are
Minato
ye?
looks up and's like, what did she say?
Words.
Simply wants to know who you are.
I am but a humble servant.
It
So
kind
you
of
humble.
tilts its head a
Yeah.
little bit sideways. And it doesn't have eyebrows, but if it did, it would raise one. And then it looks back up to you, Zakrao. You asked who it was?
Yes.
And it sort of sways its head back and forth a little bit. And then it says, "I have no name. My home is lost. I guard this place until my end. Or until my death. Through summer rain and winter frost, I will remain till my last breath."
Oh, doesn't sound
Oh.
sounds boring.
Why?
Let me find the one I've written down for that. I wrote a bunch of these down. Oh, I see why I don't find where I wrote down why. Because instead of putting why on my notes sheet, I put what do.
Oh my god.
Come on, Falcon.
What do?
Falcon,
What
why
do?
are you like this? What it
Alright.
do, it's you, boy.
You ask it why, and it turns its head back towards you and it says, "I guard the treasures hidden here, lest they cause hatred, harm, or fear."
Why is it that all these ancient treasures always have to be like, you know, evil and stuff? Why can't they just like magically provide hugs and crap. Jeez.
I did promise.
I mean, I found
so
the nice ancient treasure. Starlight Ward. Since then,
that is true. That is a nice ancient treasure.
Yeah, that is.
Why would these treasures cause harm?
Because apparently they don't give hugs. Which is
Who
wrong.
set you to this task?
Oh, let me find that one. I wrote these all out of order because I didn't know what order you guys were going to ask these questions. Oh boy.
No plan survives contact.
I mean, you
with the
prepped for
player.
us, which is pretty impressive.
Right. Okay. Who? You asked who did this? Who set them?
Mm-hmm.
There are none left who remember when I first came to be, and the records of these times were guarded by the likes of me. But all my kin are lost or gone, and with them our story, and the memories that once were known are lost eternally.
It's terrible. I'm sorry.
Dude, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, are you okay?
Is there a way we can bring back the memory of once that was lost?
It doesn't even respond in words, it just sort of shakes its head.
Aww. That's no good. That's a no-no.
Actually, I do have something for it to say. Unless you can step between the planes, there is no way to ease my pain.
Ah, but we can.
We can, yeah.
Slightly at random, but you know.
It is
Unless
just-
we've already shut off where we needed to go for this one. I hope not. Do you know which plane?
It seems to struggle with this question. And finally it says, a distant land all wreathed in green. And then it pauses, and then it says, a mournful melody of song, valley mist over the trees, our mother... And then it stops.
The elemental plane of green food coloring? Maybe?
I was thinking the Feywild.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
could be.
I don't know. It's probably the green food coloring, but it might be.
No, I wanna run through the planes I know in my memory and start listing them off, and see if anything jogs the memory of this. Friends?
Sneaky boy's memory.
Oh! Mir digs into the packs to pull out that the copy of the old Celestial book that we
Yeah.
the map of the
Oh.
planes and like
Oh my gosh,
Oh!
yeah.
I
Yeah,
forgot
hand
that
that
was a
over.
thing
Oh
we
my
even had.
goodness.
Okay.
Good connection.
I forgot about this book.
All right, let's take a look.
Alright. So,
And
what are you trying
you
to
know-
do with the book?
I'm trying to find a plane that matches that description, and I'm gonna start listing planes.
Mir will
Um,
kind of stand next to Zacharo, holding up the book open to the map of the planes, just some sort of visual aid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Minato stands up.
And also kind of like points to some of the text in the book and goes,
Yeah.
Can you read this or tell us?
Minasa, you had a thing?
Yeah, she's gonna speak in a language that I don't think anybody knows, and I'm gonna send Falca the message.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is it Thieves' Cam?
It's
It's
Thieves'
work.
Will.
Oh.
It's Thieves already have.
You know, because I always thought that the Thieves' Can't was a little bit negative. Like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be a can doctor or a can't doctor?
I want to be a con, Doctor. So when I'm aboard a train and lightning strikes one end, it comes down and kills me? Because, you know, I'll be a good conductor?
I mean, I would just prefer to have my hands attached to me. No, it is not a language any of you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it Swedish?
It's Norwegian.
Oh, geez, not again.
At least it's not Dutch.
I tried to learn that once and I just couldn't finish it.
No! It's so upsetting.
The frantic typing of DMs.
Right?
If anybody would like to plug the previous episodes while we're having this whisper.
Oh,
If we had
yeah,
sponsors,
for
that's what we
anyone.
would do right now.
We are not sponsored by anything
Today's
other than.
episode is sponsored by Falcon's YouTube channel, where you can find all of the previous episodes of the Riftwatchers campaign. They might be in a couple pieces because Fuse likes to die basically every 5 minutes, but you can find them all there.
Shanty. Let me go ahead and put that sweet
I help.
marker.
Well, most of them anyway.
Mhm.
The previous Fuse.
Oh yeah, we do have 2 missing episodes.
Just fine. You
the
can fill in the
egg hunt
blanks.
and the second part of the Yarndra stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, the Yarndra saga.
Which I actually had a
That's okay.
suggestion I can
Coco.
either mention now or at the end of stuff about the 2 missing episodes.
Mhm.
I didn't know
Does
if
it involve
Falcon
wanton
was...
murder?
No.
Probably something we should hash out at the end.
Okay.
Frantic DMs continue.
Why aren't you frantic?
Sorry.
though?
I don't remember the name of the place. What was the name of the place?
Your village, or
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever named your village. I don't think you
Alright.
did.
Alright, then I will use... I'll come up with it.
Yeah, make up a name
It's
for
not
it.
Silverhill.
Use
That
the
much.
power of bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, Zachar, if you would like to roll Arcana to figure out what this thing is, go ahead.
I would love to.
Do that then.
Boom, 21.
Also,
This
it
is
a
a
friend-
Naga.
Is it a friend
Getting
snake or is it a
23.
not a friend snake?
This is a Naga, and judging by its dwelling place, its general demeanor, and the way it looks, you think this is a guardian Naga,
Wow, are we
which
judging
is,
things based on the way they look again?
well, you know, it's up to you.
Wow.
It is a
Zach
guardian
Brown.
Naga, which is usually one that is found as usual as Nagas can be when you find them, which is almost never. It can be found guarding places or things from evildoers.
Okay. Hence the warning against evil that was plainly given.
Correct.
Alright, but what's being guarded is the real question here, and why did it end up here?
Do you ask it that, or?
Yeah, well, I think I'm busy working on that thing with the planes right now, so.
Oh, right, okay. When you rattle off just all the basic planes of existence, all of the outer and inner, and then the elemental and shit, it doesn't seem to recognize those, and additionally, it cannot read the writing of the book.
Okay, but I have to, so I have to speak it.
Yes.
I'll speak this whole book if it helps us figure out what happens.
Oh, that's nice.
Reading time.
Yeah, I go on through, even to the stuff that's hard to decipher.
Oh shit, I have to look something up.
Oh crap,
Okay.
not again.
I seem to have forgotten part of my own
You do.
world lore.
What did you break?
What? I didn't break anything.
Falcon.
I didn't break
Wow.
anything. I just forgot part of my own world lore.
No.
Sure you didn't. We both know you always break things.
I do have the list. Just simply need to.
Don't worry, I got
reference
it. I got it.
Okay.
Are you sure about that? Sorry, it's your boy John Cena.
What?
Oh.
We should almost
Mine
do
didn't
this
either.
actually in a whisper, rather than through DM. But
I know. I'm sorry. You know
Are
what?
you really
Actually, are we gonna keep going with
we
this?
could go over. Probably not much longer. So.
I'm gonna have everybody mute and deafen anyway.
Okay.
Everybody, shut up. Except for you, Luke. I love watching the little icons go off. Alright, are we good? Everybody's muted and deafened? Except Luke?
I think so. Shanti's just muted.
That's what I thought.
I don't see the button for it. Where's the button for
It's
it?
right next to the mute button. Down by your,
Oh, bottom
name?
left. I got you.
There you go. Okay.
There we go.
All right. Yes, it dips its head. It says the mother, the watchkeeper, and then it's struggling to remember these names as if it's been so long it can't manage to pull them out of its own mind. And then it finally tells you.
Just go back real quick for the viewers.
Yes,
I think
okay.
we should.
Sure.
So, in the Yuan-Ti language, Minato starts to talk and asks, where did we leave it? Asks to clarify if the mother was Tensu. And, the snake recognizes the language and basically says yes. And then the snake in turn asks from what
Asked, no.
it,
No, the snake didn't ask anything.
yeah, it did. It asked where I came from.
Oh, that was before this. The snake asked from you. Oh no, she recognized the language. You're right. No, it. Oh yes. The snake. The Naga said, "The tongue you speak. It sounds like the ones that I once knew. From whence came you?"
And Minato says, I come from Skull and Sing.
No world lore.
Or Skull and Sing. What others do you speak of besides the mother?
And the Naga replied, or tried to pull a couple of names out of its mind. Managed to say the mother, the watchkeeper, and then finally said the Herald of Radiance. Not our mother, but our queen. How do you respond?
Minato is kind of at a loss of words other than to say, where might I go to find out more?
And the Naga... It's gonna try and remember. And it looks over at that Plains book where none of them have been right. And it looks at you and I'm gonna roll for it because I don't know if I want it to know or not. And after a very long moment, it finally pulls this word out of its out of the very, very back corners of its massive ancient memory, and it says, Serpent Home.
Serpent Home. How does one get to Serpent Home? Minato is completely baffled as to what this is.
Well, I would do remind you, Serpent Home is also the name of the capital city of the Yuan-Ti.
Oh,
That's what you know. That's the version. That's what you know of. What am I trying to say here? That is what it refers to in your mind. The word may actually
Alright.
mean something else, but to you, Minato, it means the capital city.
alright. Then she responds with, but that is on this plane.
The Naga looks baffled. On a plane, it says. No, that's not right. And then it seems to be caught in this memory, and it says, the Aurora Canopy. Midnight.
And at that, Minato bows, completely confused. And yeah, she's just at a loss of what to do at this point. She's and I guess then at that point she asks if they can stay and to rest, and if the blah blah blah, if the creature, the thing,
The Naga.
what is it again? Naga, there we go, that's the word. If the Naga knows which direction to correct their course.
It doesn't really know where you're trying to go.
Would Minato know anything in the area, like another Yuan-Ti city that would be close to where they're going, or?
No.
Okay.
Iyril is forbidden territory for the Yuan-Ti at this point.
Okay.
Alright, is there anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. And now I've actually taken to doing like hand motions so that people watching can know, or for viewers want to go back and watch, they know when to come back in. And by viewers, I mean players, maybe.
Yeah, that thing.
You know. All right. So who was doing what?
I was looking through the Book of Flames.
Yeah, nothing in there seems to ring a bell for this creature. Especially not after it has a conversation with Minato in a language you don't understand.
Okay.
Iyril looks curiously over to Minato and just sort of shrugs.
Peculiar.
You have,
But what-
however, been given permission to rest here.
Ooh.
Cool. I would definitely like to do that.
All right.
Howdy.
What else? Sorry?
Is there any chance we can, so what's the origin of this stuff in the magic chest?
It appears to be just random... Oh, you can't access it at the moment. So you don't know what's in there.
Minato's
Can
not
we
going
ask
to help.
the big snake if the stuff on the chest is evil and should be left untouched?
I don't know if I have a rhyme for this.
Rip.
Listen, I can only write out so many.
To add, for clarification to the Naga,
Yeah.
that we're on our way to the university, and the folks there are really smart and learned and might be able to help us. So if there's anything cursed in there, we can probably go get the curse broken.
It shakes its head. No, there's nothing cursed in there. Their power is not evil, per se. And it explains this to you in rhymes that I can't come up with in 10 seconds between the question and when I have to answer it.
Nice.
But were they to be used by evil doers, it would cause harm. So it's keeping them in case evil people try to get them. And then
There's
they can't.
not necessarily evil in the item's charm. But
No,
in
they're just powerful.
romance, It would cause harm.
Right.
So if you give them to us, we're not evil, and we're not going to use them for evil. No.
And it kind of looks at you sideways. And it thinks about this.
Okay, I'm a little bit evil. No.
It kind of looks at you.
If I
I
was
am
evil,
not
would I be
evil.
telling you?
No, it
I
knows
mean,
you're not
really.
evil. It can see that.
He explains he's not evil. He's just a bit of a numbskull sometimes.
Excuse me, I'm chaotic good, thank you very much.
That does not prevent you from being a bit of a numbskull sometimes.
Hey, look, I'm the smartest person here, clearly. So you can hush right up there, kiddo.
Minato just eyes him like big side eye.
Okay. It looks to you and it says... Oh shit, I just lost it. Fuck, hold on.
Rip.
No, hold on. I just had it and then I lost it. Okay, it says... The treasures are yours if you promise me you will open the gate and set me free.
What does that mean?
It wants to go home, even though it doesn't remember where its home is.
Yes, I will help.
Yeah, might as well.
How do I help?
It doesn't know.
Is it something? Are you bound here, or? You mentioned a gate. What gate?
It doesn't remember. It's been here for thousands of years.
Is the gate here?
It was.
Oh.
Minato, does the Naga remember where the gate was originally?
It was here. Now it's gone.
Oh.
Like, specifically where in the rubble?
It was the entire place.
Ah.
Oh.
It's gone now. There was a hole here. It's gone now.
Like the whole ruin was a gate, or?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. What happened?
It doesn't remember.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess if we're gonna stay here for a bit, I could, maybe do a ritual and, divination and ask my gods if they can tell us what plane you're from.
And it's not. It doesn't respond really. Are you asking it permission or?
I'm suggesting.
But even if we know where, how are we going to open the portal here?
Yeah, that's true. I think this is
I'll
more of
punch a portal open.
a future thing, maybe. I don't see a way to do it.
Not yet, yeah.
If you promise it, you will. It will give you what it has in the chest.
Of course we will. I'll come back to help.
You have
Even-
my word. And then
What language
says
do you say that in?
in
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
And something the rest of us do not know.
Okay.
Is Minato a parcel tongue?
Secret wizard.
It's thieves' will. None of the rest of you speak thieves' canned. Thieves' candy.
Thieves will.
None of the rest of you speak thieves' won't. All right, yeah.
How many different things can we call the language in a span of 1 minute?
Try me. All right, yeah. You guys can rest here for the night, since it was afternoon heading to evening night. And I'll tell you what you get out of the chest once I roll it.
Mir, by the way, is gonna do her ritual come moonrise, because she, I can't see the moon. Because, things to do with home. It seems like Soon would be the god to ask. So, any of her gods are welcome to answer if they know.
Of course. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, what do you ask in your ritual? Specifically.
What plane of existence does this creature come from?
You get an answer back, and it's 4 words. The realm of serpents.
Oh. Sneaky.
I mean, yeah, that seems to fit all right.
Is this a plane of location that I recognize or that anybody else in the party knows of?
Nope.
I got nothing. Tim says while yawning.
Sure.
Maybe we
Tired.
ask at the college? I mean, that's where smart people are, right?
Sure.
Excuse me, I'm right here.
All right.
There was a very mean part of me nearly went, the smart people, and Zakro.
Ouch!
But no, Zakro has a much higher intelligence than I do. The wisdom is questionable, but,
All right. So I'm gonna read out what you got out of the what the Naga is giving you, and then we'll take a break. That cool?
Okay.
All right.
sounds good.
Hit me. Don't actually hit me, please.
I gotta roll it out of this book as well. Oh shit, I don't actually remember where that is. Hold on. Give me a second to flip to the right page and then I can start reading stuff.
Also,
135.
upon
-5.
hearing Mir's
5.
divination and finding out the plane,
Oh shit.
Minato kind of just casually walks over to her horse, starts brushing it, and taking care of Nyx.
Ah yes, your dappled mare, Sithis.
Yes.
Hail Sithis.
Do not invoke the wrath of Sithis.
Too late, already done.
He's a very angry horse, you understand.
Right?
How do
Horses
you
are
use this
scary.
again? God, these ones are so confusing.
No, I
to
wanna
use.
die.
You know, not now.
Shit. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Good God, these tables are confusing. All right, so I'm gonna read off the other ones so you can write them down. You got a potion of growth.
Okay.
A ring of swimming.
Of what?
Swimming.
swimming.
It's out of Zan's. I have no idea what it does. You find a small glass eye. Not small as in like oddly small. It's I shouldn't have said small. It's just an eye-shaped, eye-sized glass eye.
Eye.
Yeah. You find a sort of a curved ram's horn with a mouthpiece on the tip. There's a total of 200 golds scattered around in the bottom.
Oh.
Ooh.
There are 2 blue moonstones worth 25 gold each.
Beautiful.
There are 2 uncut onyx worth 15 each. And there is 1 fire opal worth 45.
Should we put these in the bag of holding, or do particular people want particular things? Or
Rares, huh? Okay, sure, I'll roll a rare, I guess. I'm trying to figure out which frickin' table is which rarity. Because, god, this is really confusing to try and use.
Minato would like to take the glass eye and a moonstone.
Okay.
can I take the other moonstone?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't for me to say. Whoopsie.
And did you list the worth of the moonstones? I can't remember.
They're 25 each. Anybody know which table in the DMG is
The rest of the stuff, do people want to
rare.
grab anything, or should I just put them in the bag of
Rares.
holding?
I think,
I take it all.
for God's sakes.
Into the bag of holding, Cole.
Minato will take the gold then as well.
Treasure. Who cares about the
Need the
individual treasure
treasure.
table? I don't need the. For fuck's sake. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
Did you want to hold on to the gemstones then as well, or should I put those in the bag of
Um,
holding?
Let's pick.
If you want to give them to her.
Hey, chat. Give me a number between 1 and 100.
Are you being party treasurer?
She's fine. She's fine with that.
Mhm.
Alright.
Here we go.
Is the ring of swimming something one needs to attune to?
I have no idea. I don't know what it does. It's from Xanathar's, and I just saw it and then threw it in there because it sounded funny. Also, because I dropped my pen and it landed on the table because I didn't have dice with me. Also, it wasn't a table. Just a
Why
list.
didn't you have dice
It's
with
We'll investigate
63.
later.
1d4
Think
times
about it
on magic item
for now,
table
though.
B. Okay. Finally got an answer there.
Would Sakura be willing to cast detect magic on the ram's horn?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Oh shit, that wasn't for me to answer. Sorry. Okay. 1d4.
Well, Sakura said yes, so what does Sakura find out?
It is a horn of silent alarm.
What?
It's a horn of silent alarm.
How does that work?
You blow it, and the only thing that hears it is the one creature that you want it to have hear it. Fuck, that was really badly worded. You blow it, and only one thing can hear it. It's silent to everything else. So you can, like, if you're on watch, you can, like, blow it and wake somebody else up, and nobody else can hear it, including your enemies. That's
I like
3,
it.
So, magic item
That's pretty
table
cool.
B, so I need another D100.
Part of me's like, should someone other than the healer take that and then go for the healer when needed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take 38 as one of them. as
It's
well.
also a great tool for a scout.
That too.
You also find a potion of animal friendship.
So, and should we, cast the detect magic on the eyeball as well?
Ooh, an elemental gem. You can if you want. Oh, that's not what that means. No, it is, isn't it? Oh shit. If you roll a
I'm gonna
an
do as
80
many
and then a
detect magic
0,
as
is that
we need. We've
80
got
or is that
time.
90? Because that makes a really big difference here. Like that makes a really big difference. Hey guys, quick question.
Mhm.
If you're rolling a percentile die as a D100 because you don't have a D100 on you because you're a loser, and you roll like an 80 or whatever, and then you roll the d10 and it's a 0. Is that 80 or is that 90?
That's 80.
That's 80.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 80.
So that's...
It only
Elemental gem.
goes up 10 when you roll double zeros, so it's 100 because there's no 0 0.
Water, earth, air.
Well, no. If you're rolling true
Okay.
if you're rolling percentile 10s, then you should have one 10 that has a
Tens place, like double zero.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know what's
Yeah,
going
I
on.
got you. Okay. Alright. You find an elemental gem of air.
Oh wait, no. It would be 90 and then the
What
0.
does that do?
No.
88. And you find, hold on. I don't like that one. 71. I think that's useless. 43. And it's just getting rolled lower and lower. Yeah, I'll go with it. And you find a Goggles of Night. That's what you got. That was the first one I rolled. I tried to roll 2 other ones and they were worse, so I just went ahead with the first one. Y'all got good stuff.
I'm assuming goggles of night give night vision.
They do, and they are not attunement.
Ooh.
Gosh,
And the elemental gem of air?
Let me look it up, because I think what it happens is you smash it and it summons an elemental,
don't smash it.
but, let me check. Interesting illustration. Elemental gem. Yeah, this... Oops, hold on, let me put this down. This gem contains a mode of elemental energy. When you use an action to break the gem, an elemental is summoned as if you had cast the Conjure Elemental spell and the gem's magic is lost. So it's a blue sapphire, actually, because that's what corresponds to air.
Beautiful.
Cool.
And did we figure out what the eye was?
Oh, did you identify it?
Yeah, I did.
If you
Identify.
lose one of your eyes, you can put that one in and you'll be able to see through it. There's that eye.
I wanna hold on to that.
It's just a fake eye.
Cool.
Should I just put it in the healer's kit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a normal fake eye, but you're actually able to see through it instead of just being like a ball of glass.
Guess unless Minato has an objection, I'll put that in with the healing stuff. In case it becomes necessary.
Do you want-
Minato wants to hold on to it for a moment. She said she'll give it to you later. She just wants to try something real quick. Or in a little bit.
Okay.
Would it be okay if I hung on to the gem, the air gem?
Sure. Unless anyone else has objections.
Let me make sure.
Although, you can speak to the air elemental, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I might actually be wrong about that, JD. She doesn't exist in 5e,
What doesn't it?
so I homebrewed it.
Oh.
Let me check. Nope, those are elementals!
Okay, don't tell anyone.
Okay.
What else did we find?
That's it. That's
Think
it.
about break time, yeah?
Yeah, that's all of the loot that you got from that. And now it is break time. So, you guys can chill out for 10 minutes. It's 8:39, 8:40, so be back here at 8:50.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. See you guys then. That's not the stuff that I thought they would find in the box. Cool. I do kind of like magic item loot tables. They're kind of fun. Warfare mission. Hey, don't worry about it. No worries. So that's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and go grab probably some food or something. I will be back at 8:50 when the rest of the players are back. I will see you guys then. We are back. I'm gonna eat cookies really noisily for the entire rest of the session. So, apologies in advance if I forget to accidentally mute my microphone while I'm crunching. Alright, I came back and there's a weed icon in my chat. Lovely.
20 being
Hello.
drawn up right now.
You know what else I have as an emote? There you go.
It is the Tide Pod.
Oh, God.
Perfect. Hey, that's a complete meal. A single Marajanga leaf and a Tide Pod. It's a burrito.
I don't think I want this burrito in me.
Too late.
Whoa!
You
Whoa.
already ordered it from the restaurant.
I'm not gonna eat it.
Oh. Lurker, can we not do the blunt emote?
What?
The blunt emote from from the other chat.
Oh, I can. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Give
because
me a
I couldn't
minute.
get it.
Find it.
There it is.
That is so gosh diddly darn small.
It's so tiny. You kind of have to know what it is in order to appreciate it. I rolled one 4d20 or 1d420, and it gave me 365. Blaze it all day, every day.
every day of the year.
Yeah. All right. So, we're back. Everyone here?
Cool.
All right. Okay, so you guys take the night. You take the treasure from that the Naga gives you. You stay in this peaceful ruin, and it's extremely safe. You know that there are monsters in Iyril's forests because there's monsters in every forest, no matter how tame it may seem. None of them come near you during the night. This place is protected. Who is the highest passive? That would be Minato.
Yeah, 18.
You, witnessed this ferocity firsthand when, in the middle of the night, you're woken by a slight sound, and there is some sort of, like, dire bear creature at the edge, and it's trying to eat your horses. And before it even gets close, the Naga... Let's see what it can do real quick, because I know it can do a whole lot of real fun stuff. What spells do you have, friend?
Snake friend. No,
Wow.
Naga friend.
Mm-hmm.
I have lots of spells.
No, the Naga. Well, that's 3.5. I don't think that's useful to me at all.
I mean, clearly that's where you're wrong, kiddo.
Okay, it banishes this bear to another plane.
Okay.
Preps itself, and when it comes back, it just annihilates it in this gout of flame. Flame strike.
Flame strike.
Yeah, it just destroys it instantly. And then it goes back to where it was sleeping, curled around the entire area. So, you get to see it show off a little bit. The horses are fine. And you notice, actually, it's kind of interesting. The horses did freak out earlier when they saw this Naga, but they're really calm around it now. And you actually see after it gets rid of the bear, it kind of looks back over to them, and goes over and sort of looks them over, and they react to it as they would react to a friendly person. They kind of like whicker a little bit and sort of poke their noses up at and nudge it. And then it goes back to its little circle around the area and lays its head down again. Alright, so nothing really untoward happens in the night aside from that. And you wake up. It is a calm, cool morning. Though it is, as spring is wearing onwards from its early winter area towards summer, It is getting warmer day by day. What would you like to do? The horsies are fine.
Ask
Don't.
our friend if we can
Oops.
help. Ask our friend if we can help with anything else before we go.
No, there's nothing else you could do. It's safe here. It will always be safe here. It can defend this place against anything that could possibly hurt it.
Take a deep
Yeah.
location.
Can you what
Yes.
now?
Record the location.
Oh, sure.
And maybe give us some directions.
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't know the name of the city you're headed to, which is Varmea, or the university at all, but it does know that there is a city nearby-ish, in relative terms. It doesn't venture out from its home area very often, but it knows which direction the people are, and it points you, yeah, it points you in an effective enough way that... Hold on just a second. Let me see if this would work. Ooh. Hold on. How hopeless do you think you are at getting there?
I mean, if history is anything to go by.
3 billion.
It can put a spell on you that will force you to go to the city, which means you can't go the
Oh.
wrong direction
Uh-oh.
if you want.
Well,
Just so long as it allows you to go around hazards.
Yeah.
does it wear off?
It'll know once you let me see. One thing. Yeah, it does. In 30 days.
Do it.
Okay.
YOLO.
Will you willingly fail this wisdom saving throw?
I'd fail it even if I tried not to.
Alright. It casts Gaius on you.
Yeah.
Gaius! Sorry. Alright, now you can go directly towards the city. You know how to get there now. Once you get there, it'll go ahead and remove the spell, because otherwise it would wear off in 30 days.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can lead your party towards the city without any further, trouble.
Let's do it.
Yay for not getting lost.
Yay.
Minato
Yes.
puts it in the chest.
Okay.
Alright. You guys, yeah, without any other, distractions or anything, you guys head directly towards Varmea. And it takes, 5 hours, I want to say, to get there. Enough to make it to about noonish. And you can reach the outskirts of the city, and you realize when you get there, because it's not like a traditional city where the wilderness ends and then the city begins, because no matter how far you go into Varmea, there are still trees, and the buildings are still grown out of trees, and there are, instead of paved roads, there are walkways with plants growing on them and whatnot. But you do begin to see where the pure wilderness ends, and you start to see, instead of thickets that are grown into the shapes of houses, or in one case, a doghouse. And you
That's adorable.
you proceed through the streets, and Zachary, you know where you are now. You're not familiar with the really outskirts of the city, but you know the inner part real well, especially where the university is. And you can see it, because in the distance, as soon as you are clear of the tallest areas of the forest that are blocking your view, you can see in the center of the city these massive pillars of light that are shining up from the spire towers of the college.
Yeah.
You've done it! You've gotten there! Congratulations.
Let's go. I'm gonna grab the nearest person or people and start jogging towards school.
Yeah, the university. Yeah, you can easily make your way through the streets. You're familiar with this place. It's been a few years since you were here, but it doesn't matter. You know it still.
Okay. What time of day is it?
Noon.
It is very important that I stop by Insomnia Cookies, which opens at 11:30.
All right. Yeah, sure.
All right, guys.
Mir doesn't know why, but this place also seems strangely familiar.
Stop by where now?
Insomnia Cookies.
Don't worry about it, Luke.
All right, so
Zachary's just being a meme-loving shit again.
what
Hell
check
yeah.
I
I'm
need
fully
to roll?
endorsing it this time.
I mean, yeah.
What check do I need to roll to see if I still have my rewards card from when I went to school here?
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh, we should probably also stop at the empanada place.
Yeah, we
It's
should.
not Mir because she hasn't been here before, but anyway.
I'd be all of them.
Empanadas.
Well, this is not one particular university. This is a university with that exhibits features of universities in all the galaxies in the universe. Empanada places are not. Insomnia Cookies is.
Okay,
What?
Unfortunately. So there's only the Insomnia Cookies place. Sorry.
that's fine.
I don't know if that would be like. I guess roll. I don't know. Maybe investigation to find it on in your morass of pockets.
All right.
I cast railroad. Listen.
Come look at this dice.
All right.
Come look at this dice. Let me
oh
unlock.
dear. So it's either really good or it's a nat 1. I'm assuming really good.
Nice. All right.
Is it a nat 20?
It is.
Of course it is.
So how does an Insomnia Cookies rewards card work?
I don't know because I don't actually own one.
Do they exist?
I was gonna say, I couldn't remember if they did. Okay,
Okay.
I need to get one then.
Well, you have yours,
Dang.
and whatever it is, it's all filled out and stuff. So you could get your
Oh,
free whatever. I don't know
Yeah.
how Insomnia Cookies works.
So here's how the program will work. For every $1 you spend on your order of cookies, you get a point in your loyalty account, and for every 100 points you earn, you have $10 to spend for free. So I'm assuming I have a free $10.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Which
sure.
is what, 4?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
5?
All right, so I'm getting cookies for everyone basically.
As long as you get
Hell
the
yeah.
normal and not the deluxe, you can get a cookie for everybody. Assuming that this is equivalent to real world Insomnia Cookies dollars.
Why wouldn't it be?
That is exactly what we do.
God damn it! Now I want to order from Insomnia Cookies. There is one in my hometown. You're tempting
Follow
me.
your dreams, Skylark.
Don't let your memes be dreams.
All right, so we get cookies.
Don't let your dreams be memes.
And now after this, we should probably get to I guess the dean's office or like the president's office or the dean of my college. Did come here for a reason.
Yes, you came here for two specific purposes. One, to find out some way to alter your little bracelets so you won't get sick when you go through the rift, and two, so that you can deliver that book of data to Lorelei, or not to Lorelei, to Morning Glory.
Yes, absolutely.
We're
Let's-
also gonna
what-
ask if anyone could read that Book of Old Celestial, and if anybody knows what the Plane of Serpents is.
Those are other good questions
Mm.
all for today. So let's go see Morning Glory.
Sure. Yeah. You head into the college. The center of the college is where the administrative building is, and it's this beautiful it looks like it was grown, probably because it was, because many of the buildings in the college, in the University of Iyril, were grown from trees and then transmuted to stone. So they have these fantastic organic structures that are just captured forever in rock, which is fascinating. The administrative building is in the very center of the college. It's one of the first ones that was ever built. There's a courtyard right in front of it with a beautiful ash tree in the center. To the right, you see the main and first building that study natural sciences. To the left, there's one that studied half of the schools of magic, and there's also a small chapel. And then to the south, there is the building that handled the other 4 schools of magic. I think the left is divination, transmutation, enchantment, and illusion, while south is evocation, conjuration, abjuration, and necromancy. You head into the administrative building. I think it's called Brindlethorn Hall. I don't remember, though. I wrote it down at some point.
To me.
It sounds right. Zakro, what do you do?
Well, first thing I want to do is, the first thing we do is probably, well, like, dropping crumbs, but trying not to go to talk to the
Okay. Yeah, you walk up to the receptionist and say,
excuse me, but is the dean here? Is the dean free? We really need to talk.
and she kind of looks you over and she says, do you have an appointment?
No, but
Oh, well,
it's come on, you remember me.
no, I
For
don't.
good or bad reasons.
I don't actually. Who are
Point.
you?
All right, we're gonna do another roll-in for if I've got my student ID.
God, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't have it, but I know my ID number.
Nah, son. You gotta roll a memory check for your ID number.
Okay. What bonus is that?
Straight int.
Plus 5. 21. That number is 650850.
Sure. Is that your actual student ID?
No.
Didn't think so. Alright. Yeah, you rattle off that number to her and she kind of looks you up and she's like, well, you were here a couple years ago.
Just a few.
Yes, I recognize that you were here. I don't know if you, can just walk into the dean's office like that. Though I suppose I could ask her. And she reaches over and on her desk you see there's, a smooth blue stone set into it, and she touches it for a second and it lights up. It glows under her fingertips. And there's a moment and she says, the dean's office, please. And there's a pause, and then you hear someone else's voice on the other end say, yes? And the receptionist says, there's a party of people here to speak with you, I think. Led by one Zakrow Firefoot. He says that he should be allowed up to see you.
Urgent.
What?
I want to remind her it's pretty urgent.
And there's a long pause, and then a sigh. And the person on the other end says, let him in. And the receptionist looks like startled. She goes, all right, well, feel free to proceed up the stairs, and her office is on the left. You do it?
Mm-hmm.
You were cutting out quite a bit, just so you know.
Sorry.
Are you also eating food?
Mm-hmm.
Of course you are. Yeah, you go ahead and have the stairs. They're they're wooden stairs, just like... Actually, it's kind of weird, because the outside of the building is made of stone, but the inside is still living wood. It's
Okay.
a little bit disconcerting, but also really cool. You head up to the second floor, and you follow the hallway, and find one carved door, and when you open it, it is this very spacious office, with these big glass windows on one side facing out towards the front of the building out into the courtyard. You can see that ash tree in the center out in front. And, you see standing with her back to you, behind a desk, is a dryad. Which you can tell because instead of having, I don't know, hair or horns or whatever, she just has a collection of these smooth branches that sprout from the sides and back of her head and jut backwards into the air. There's even little leaves on some of them. And she turns towards you, and it's very strange, because she's shaped humanoid, elfish. But every part of her, she doesn't have quite the same skin. It's more like part of her, it's overlapping like pieces of tree bark or wood, and it's slightly off. It's just slightly off, but it's not in an uncanny valley sort of way. It's unnerving, but not disturbing. And
Okay.
she's wearing the robe of the administration with the colors of the school and whatnot, which are, I believe, green and gold. And she turns towards you and she says, "Well, I didn't expect you to be back so quickly."
Oh, good to see you.
She kind of rolls her eyes but smiles.
Yeah, I know. So, have you got any correspondence from Lorelai?
Lorelai.
You know, from TV.
Do we actually know Lorelai's last name, or do we not?
Yeah, you do. Any of you remember it?
Mm-mm.
That's on you.
Can I roll a wisdom or intelligence check to try and remember?
Ah, notes. That's what you've got. Hell yes. Somebody with notes.
Oh, I see.
I have notes, but I don't have her last name in the notes.
This is delightful to me. 30 weeks ago. That's fair, honestly. We're waiting for the note for the name. From now on, I'm gonna make them actually write down the names instead of just me telling them. It's more fun that way, I think. If they can't remember the name, their character can't remember the name. Hey JD, can you stop typing plant puns in the chat, please? I'm really done with it, honestly. I'm just like, I'm not into that.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Hey Lurker, you don't need to add to this problem, okay? You don't need to, like, exacerbate the situation.
Alright, we're done. We're done.
Escalation not necessary. I see the setup, I don't need it. No, stop. 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 I see the setup, I don't need the continuation. I don't even know what it's gonna be, but I don't care. Don't. Setting up. Don't! Don't! I see your little thing saying is typing. I don't need it. Stop.
You sure?
Yes.
I mean, it did
Stop.
escalate quickly.
Oh, now it's several people are typing. That's my favorite notification. Great. JD, what the fuck? That Luke is acceptable. That's not acceptable, never mind. So no one has Lorelai's last name?
Yeah, I feel like we probably didn't,
Can we roll some form of check to see if our characters remember?
yeah. Sounds good.
Well, nah.
Like,
You know, explain her, or describe her in a different manner.
Blue Dragonborn. grew up, I think, in the desert. Her brother is Justin.
Morning Glory thinks for a second. She goes, "Ah, yes." Lorelei, yes. She contacted me several weeks ago, yes. Something about an interplanar rift?
Yeah.
Yes,
Seems-
yes. Well, she said you were to, or, well, I guess it was you who were supposed to do it to me. You were supposed to deliver some sort of, data set to the
Yeah.
college?
Yes.
Excellent, please hand it over. And she holds out one hand and just waits.
I think Sakura has it.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay. It's this small, thick, cloth-wrapped book. It's wrapped in oilcloth in case you guys fell in a river, which was something Lorelei considered might happen. And in fact, did happen.
Don't blame her.
Somebody fell in a river. I can't remember who. Oh, you all fell in the river during the Drake hunt.
Probably.
Yes.
No, we didn't fall in the river because we cast water walk on
Oh, that's
ourselves. We
true.
did sort of stumble
That's true.
around on top of the flowing water.
I feel like somebody fell in a river at some point.
Oh,
That
quite
was
probably. I think that was down in the caves.
Oh yeah, that happened.
That's entirely possible. That or was you while herb gathering near?
I'd like to think it's that one.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Because what?
But- Yeah, Morning Glory takes the book and she unwraps it and she looks it over. She opens it up and starts paging through. She goes, "Oh, wow, there certainly is a lot here. This is very interesting. She must have collected this from an internal source. Fascinating. How quickly do you need to return to your area of study, to the place where you came from? Back to, where was it? Saints Haven?
Mm-hmm.
How quickly do you need to return there?"
Well, ideally as soon as we can, because the rift is a serious issue. There's urgency involved. We need to get this sorted out.
Then we do have other stuff we need
Nice.
to look up while we're here, so.
Very well. I will endeavor to look this over as quickly as possible. Was there anything else you required, or unless
Yeah, I got a
you
question.
Yes?
Do you know Al Sprocket or Edmund Libby, either of them here right now? I'd just like to catch up.
Edmund, I believe, is... Yes, he's currently... I don't know if he is at this exact moment. She kind of looks out, and you notice, actually, that ash tree? There's a big sort of circle in the center of the courtyard, and you realize it's a sundial. And she glances down at it, and she says, "At the moment, I believe he may actually be teaching, so it would not be, optimal for you to barge into his class, if you would.
yeah.
I know you would, so please don't.
Ouch.
Please refrain from doing so. As
Okay.
for Al, I do not believe he's around. I think he's out on an errand to the Dragon's Spine.
Sounds like him.
No, Skylark. Justin is an Asherati.
I knew it started with an A.
Asamar is completely different. Yeah, they're, the angel people. Asherati are sandfolk.
Okay, thank you.
Kind
I knew
of like-
Asper didn't quite sound right, but I'm like, I swear
Yeah.
it started with an A.
Yeah. They're kind of like elves, but not, and for deserts. And they can swim through sand and breathe in it. That's pretty cool. Yes, Al Sprocket is currently on a research trip to the Dragon's Spine. So he is not here. Was there anything else? If everything else is fine, I suppose you could just be transported back to Saints Haven immediately. Unless there's another reason you've come.
We had a few questions to ask around, I think.
Of
Yeah,
course,
actually-
yes.
Check out some resources in the library if I'm still okay with getting there.
I
Talk
don't
to a-
see why not.
It's alright?
You
Oh,
are an
wonderful.
associate of the university after all, and I'm sure you have
I
something
am.
you'll be needing to find out.
I forget, did we ask about the bracelet thing yet?
You sure didn't.
We'll have to bring that up.
I guess we will mention. So, when part of the thing about the rift is, when we've been going through it recently, somehow probably because we've been trying to close it, it started becoming unstable and affecting us as we go through it. And I'll describe the symptoms that we had when we came through and asked, do we know any way to protect ourselves from that?
And she thinks for a second, and she says, she sort of frowns and looks down at the table and starts like messing with her own fingers in like a thinking gesture. She goes, that very much reminds me of... no, that makes perfect sense. These are definitely ordinary illnesses that can be contracted by undergoing unstable planar travel. It's commonly something that happens when amateur conjuration wizards try to teleport something farther than they should, or botch some sort of transportation spell. Yes, there's a way we can fix this. You said you had bracelets of some type? That would be a good medium to enchant.
Yeah, these we used to get in and out of the protective domes around parts of Saint's Haven and whatnot, and we feel like perhaps they could also be attuned to better service heading through the rift.
Yes. We'll have to alter them, of course. We can't just simply lay an enchantment on one and expect it to function forever. We'll have to add a small construction to each. I'll see if that can be done. For amateur wizards, we often have sort of safety bracelets kept on them to prevent them from accidentally killing themselves or teleporting themselves into two places at once and ending up sliced in half, but something similar should work fine for you. I'll see what we can rustle up, so to speak.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Of course. Whenever you feel that you will be departing, go ahead and enter the conjuration laboratories below the eastern building, and I will let them know that you need something there. The name of the organization that dealt with it, that was the, RRCF, Rift Regulation and Cleanup Force.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what do you do now?
I can't go see Dr. Libby. I'll be busy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be nice if we went to the library. If anyone would like to take a break, we could do that. Kind of take a second, stop off, see the campus. Everybody needs a campus map, right?
You are the campus map.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, considering how well we've been doing with navigation up to this point.
Right? I think...
I guess maybe Mir would like to
Yeah, this might be a good
find
split.
someone who knows about the plane of serpents or not. She'd also like to visit the student bookstore and buy some, like, colored inks or pencils or something to color in her little thing of the planes in that book. 'Cause she never got around to that.
By the way, you did have colored inks to replicate that book.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, that's true, yes.
Yeah, I've got a forgery kit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I guess I borrowed those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would ordinarily say splitting the party's a bad idea, but this is a safe place, so you'll probably be fine.
Yeah, let's do it. And let's agree to meet here at, well, there's a sundial, right? So what time should we meet here?
Let's say it's like 2 p.m. right now.
Okay.
That's a little much. 1 p.m.
Let's meet back at 4:30.
4:35. We'll
Mhm.
group up and get something to eat.
Do it.
Alright.
Alright, who's going first?
Not me.
I don't know.
Mir wants to go ask about the plane of snakes.
Minato
not
wants to go talk
entirely
to someone
certain
about
where to start with
magic.
that, though.
Okay,
this
sorry.
contains
Mir, hold on
certain-
just 1 second, Skylark. Luke, what'd you say?
I said when there's time, Minato would like to go talk to someone about magic and like illusion spells and stuff like that.
Okay. So who wants to go first?
She can go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna start by visiting the chapel and see if anybody there either knows stuff or knows enough about the university to where I can find stuff, because I don't know much about the whole arcane magic business.
Okay, so which one of you am I doing this for? One of you choose to go first.
I'm going to the chapel to ask if they know or they know somebody who might know about the plane of snakes.
Okay. Yes, you head to the chapel. It's a small building compared to the rest of this, which makes sense because this is a university dedicated to the study of magic and science, not really divinity. It's not their whole deal. Though they do, look at it and whatnot. It's not really a chapel where it's like
extracurricular course.
this is a chapel to X god. It's not really that. It's more of just this is a place where you can pray. Just kind of a non-denominational area. So you can go ahead and take a look around. There's a couple people in there, looks like probably other clerics just kind of in there either doing rites of their various gods or just taking a moment to pray in silence or whatnot.
Do I see anybody who looks like they're a cleric of the Celestial family?
No.
Okay. Do I see anybody who looks in particular like they're in charge?
Not really. These mostly look like students.
Do I recognize any symbols of, like, a god of knowledge?
That is something that is definitely prominent here. This university is definitively in the service of, if it were the service of any god, it would be in the service of the twin gods of knowledge, Ogma and Iyun. You can definitely see, even though this is a building where no specific god is venerated above any other, you can see one small shrine specifically for those two, as those tend to be the two gods that students will come and pray most to.
Especially before finals.
Especially before
Yeah.
finals.
Are there any Kenku, failing that, someone who looks non-intimidating and not likely to make fun of the way I talk?
There are no Kenku here, no. But there is, one sort of short elven woman, kind of sitting in one of the pews right near that Shrine of Knowledge, just kind of sitting there, reading, I think she's reading a book, actually. She's sitting there reading a book. She's not in the pew. She's sitting on the floor against the wall next to the shrine reading a book.
Guess I'll go over. Hello.
And, she looks very startled. She goes, "Oh, hi."
Hi. Not from around here, very much. This is a funny question. Do you know anything about the plane of snakes? Or failing that, know somebody or what department on campus I might find a professor or someone who knows about planar things? Or snakes?
She pauses for a second. This caught her quite out of the blue. And she looks back down at her book, and you think for a second she's ignoring you? Oh, like, wow, Jesus, that's rude. And you realize she's memorizing the page numbers. She shuts it, and she, thinks for a second. She says, "Well, I think somewhat, well, we do have a history department, so we can probably find you some help there. I can take you there if you would like. You don't seem to be very, familiar with this place."
I am not, and your help is greatly appreciated.
"Sure, of course, no problem." And she stands up, and she's pretty short. She's not a whole lot taller than you are. And she leads you out of the chapel and across the main courtyard to the Natural Sciences building. But you guys actually go past it, and there is a history wing of another building that you head on into, and the entire way you can go ahead and ask her any questions you have about the college or whatever, if you want.
I guess one thing I want to ask is, I mean, you see more of the, I don't know if you're just in the temple for the quiet or to pray or whatnot. I know my gods are not worshipped as much around this area of the world, but I was wondering if you know of any shrines to Zai or the like? I know her stuff tends to pop up around, her stuff tends to pop up around crossroads or places of learning, since one of her domains is knowledge. Figured if there was one here, I would leave my token, some form of, information for travelers. That's sort of what one does with their
No, unfortunately, the only gods that have really a specific presence in the chapel are Ogma and Ayun. We don't tend to do shrines to specific deities because there are too many for us to accommodate all of them in one single space. So it's simply a universal area of worship. If you would like to leave some sort of offering for your gods, you certainly can. There's nothing stopping you, and plenty of people certainly do. But if you are seeking a shrine specifically for your gods only, you may want to search in the city somewhere.
Okay. I was bringing it up because, like I said, Zai shrines are often less shrines and more like, they're almost like signposts, or people leave information about the local area, because he's a god of travel and knowledge and whatnot.
Mhm.
And we've sort of
Yes.
had some slight issue with the traveling and navigation and such recently.
Yeah,
Are there any sites one should see at the college while we're here, or any place in the city to recommend?
well, the library certainly is a sight to behold, for certain. Aside from that, a couple of the more accessible towers in the university grounds are quite magnificent, and you can certainly go up inside of them. Oh, some of the highest greenhouses are extremely impressive and are very, very nice places to be, though they tend to be a bit warm, especially in the summer months. Though in the winter, there are very nice places to spend a bit of time if you want to be out of the dormitories. Out in the city,
Oh,
well,
sorry.
I tend to remain on campus. I'm not really a city person. But she kind of goes. She goes quiet. I really don't go out in the city.
Oh. So I assume part of the stuff they teach on the campus is potion brewing. Do you know of, do they have like a supply shop or someplace one could
Oh
get a
yes.
couple of things?
You'll find the same thing within the natural history, or not natural history. What am I saying? Within the sciences buildings, not in the magical studies. Though you'll want to. Well, it's more of a dual area. But you can find it. Yes. In the sciences buildings, there are ground level laboratories that are dedicated to the study of concoctions and potion brewing. There are not very many of them, because it is a bit difficult to make entirely new ones, and that is mostly what people are interested in doing. But there are some, and you will certainly be able to find someone there who knows more. And whenever you want to go there, she'll go ahead and show you the way.
Okay, thank you.
I tend to
don't have
spend.
anything else off the top of my head to
Sure.
ask her. Nope.
Okay. All right. Where were you headed? History, right? She leads you to this. It's. While it's not as old as the buildings in the center of the university, it looks like it's older. Which you think might just be a side effect of the fact that you know it's the history building. Or maybe it was designed to look like that. It's got vines all over it. It's very, very pretty. But she leads you in, and spends a bit of time poking through a bunch of the different rooms. Before finding, one of them where, it's like a miniature library. And you see another elf, and this one is, much taller than the one you're walking with. And she is clad in these long, sort of silvery robes, and on the desk next to her there is a pseudo dragon, and it's this sort of silvery pseudo dragon, and you can see it's got a little lantern clutched in its mouth that it's holding just above the paper she's writing on.
Oh my gosh.
And she has one half of her head is shaved, and the other half, you can see her hair is long and blue.
This is Mirror.
And she puts up one hand and continues writing with the other one. 1 minute. And you see her frantically finish scribbling something down. She slaps the pen down and she looks up at the two dragons and she says, "Time?" And it evidently says something to her telepathically because she thinks for a second. She goes, "Yes!" And she kind of shoves the paper away. And then she looks up and she says, yes. What do you need? Who's this? Sophina, who's this?
Hello, my name is Mir Elling. Mir sort of like bows in greeting to her and to the pseudo dragon. I'm not really sure how else.
Okay.
So I'm with a group of traveling adventurers. And we're looking. Well, I'm looking for information on the plane of snakes.
Plane of snakes. Ooh, hold on 1 second. I've forgotten her last name. Shit. And she thinks for a second, and she kind of glances back at the bookshelf, and she says, I might have information about that somewhere, but... And she stands up, she pushes her chair back, almost knocks it over, and she heads over to the shelf and starts, like, going along, and she says, it's been a really long time since I read any of these really old... This must be... this rings a bell. I swear it does. And she's kind of running through them. And you see that the books she's going through are, like, literally... You can see they're older and older and older the further she goes back. And she finally pulls out this very, very old book. And it's this slim brown novel. And you see that the cover, it's so faded you can almost barely see the words. But the title is engraved in this sort of old, like gold, like silver leaf. How some book titles are engraved in silver leaf, you know? And it says, Iyryl's Glimmering. And she opens it up and she pages through it and she says, this described, part of the fall of the Yuan-Ti Empire. A very, very long time ago. Not a lot of people remember this. What? Not a lot of people remember this, but before, well, most of us, several thousand years ago, I would say, the Yuan-Ti were a very successful race from all that I could gather. I haven't been able to find a whole lot of information on them. This is one of the best, books on the subject that I've ever found. But the Yuan-Ti Empire worked closely with the elves, and she pages through a couple more, and they fell for some reason. The entire empire was destroyed, and I can't remember. We don't know really why. This book, it describes how Iyril was the last bastion of the elves within Suthara, but it mentions something here. Yes, here, and she actually like slaps the book down on the table, and then is like, "Oh shit, did I damage it? No, okay." And she looks at it, she says,
venting on it just in case.
And she points to a page and says, "Here. There's something about the words written here where it talks about Serpent Home. And Serpent Home is the name of the capital city of the Yuan-Ti. Yes, right? Everybody knows that. Well, not everybody. Perhaps I shouldn't say that. But plenty of people know that. Well, not really. It's known by some people. But but that's not what it was originally called. And I don't know what it was originally called. I don't know the original name of the city. I don't speak the Yuan-Ti language, which is why some of this book was a bitch to read. But it makes a mention in here where it refers to Serpent Home not as a place, but as a plane. That might be what you're looking for. Why do you know that anyway? Who are you asking
I met
about?
a guardian Naga would like to go home.
What?
We met a very nice big snake who would like to go home. And
No.
when I asked my gods where they're from, they said the plane of snakes. Or I guess it was the plane of serpents.
You met a Naga.
Yes.
Where?
Tell them.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell.
I mean, I'm not gonna go, like, kill it. That's stupid. I just want to know.
On our way here.
Where'd you come from that there was a Naga? I feel like we should know
We
about
got
this.
very, very lost in the woods.
What direction did you come from?
That's a good question.
I'll tell you when you're
Oh,
older.
no. I'm so confused. How did you even get into this forest if you don't know where you came from? All the main roads are very clearly marked.
Oh,
Magically teleporting tavern. It's a nice place if you ever end up there. Just, don't expect to wake up in the same place you fell asleep in.
And this time, actually, Sylphina, the other elf, looks over and she says, "Wait, the Traveling Tavern? You were there? It was here? Damn it!" And she looks over at the other elf and she says, "We missed it again! I can't believe... We've been looking for it for ages. Every time it shows up, we try to get someone in there because we just don't know how it works, but we can't... We've never managed it! We've never gotten it in the... I can't believe it was here. How do we not know? How did it pop... How come it didn't register on our radar, on our sensors? How come no one noticed? Ah,
very mysterious.
not again! Oh. And the blue-haired elf looks equally distressed. She's like, Fine. I'm not gonna get mad about this. Fine. Okay, well, clearly you're supposed to be here. So this must be important. Damn it. What'd you say your name was again?
Mir?
Okay. What's your full name?
Last name.
Your full name, preferably. Just,
Mirabelle Elling.
Oh.
And she says, And then Sylphina says, "Don't."
I really prefer to go by Mir.
No, that's fine. I just needed to know. And fuck, what did I call her? Sylphina? Sylphina says, "Ayuna, don't." And Ayuna says, I'm not gonna do anything with it. I just wanna know. And Sylphina's like, you better not. You'd better not. You can't just do this to people.
Mir looks back and forth, very worried.
And Ayuna says,
do
I'm not
something
gonna
wrong?
do anything. No, not you, dear. Not you. I'm not... Listen, I just want to be able to see when I need to. If she's been in the tavern once, chances are she'll go in the tavern again. You know how this works.
Are you going to scry on me?
Not technically.
I do not
Insight
consent to
check.
being cried on.
Go ahead.
22.
Well, she's not technically lying. What she'll do is not a scrying spell, but she will definitely look on you. And she can. She just can now. Mm-hmm. She can just do it.
Yikes. But she's not
Kind of. String goes. Oh, gee. I hope you find your bloody tavern. Kind of kicks the desk low.
Listen. Don't take it personally. I've been trying to find this tavern for years. Oh, have you met any pirates?
Not personally,
That's a shame.
but my grandma has. Kind of. Well, I guess technically my grandma was one, so I know one.
Your grandma's not a sea elf, is she? That wouldn't make
No.
any sense, would it?
No,
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 it
no, low wisdom. Love it.
No, that's right. It wouldn't make sense. Oh well.
She was a Kenku, but are you
Yeah.
looking for a particular sea elf?
One that looks like me. Preferably. Have you seen a sea elf that looks like me?
No.
That's fine, never
Aaron
mind.
had brown hair, and the one with the half-shaved head was an Undine.
Sure, alright, yeah. Okay. Well, that's no... Oh well. I thought I'd ask anyways. Alright, so, Plain of Serpents. Right, that's where we were. I think you're looking for
I'm not
Serpent
sure
Home.
who-
Though I don't know what that is. Though I might be able to find out. Let me really quickly review this homebrew warlock domain that I made and see if I can. I don't think this works on places. Oops. Well, I don't think it does. Did you happen to get the name of the Naga?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't speak directly to it in the most part because I didn't speak Celestial.
Oh, it spoke Celestial. That's interesting. I don't speak Celestial either, but that's funny. Huh, oh well. That's fine. Alright, we're gonna move on to somebody else real quick.
Mir will sort of give her a bit of a side eye and go, well, thank you for your help.
No, like, we can come back to
Giving
this.
you this in a good faith.
No.
She gives her a
No, we...
breakfast roll from the tavern.
Aww.
She
Came from
accepts
the
it.
Traveling Tavern. I have no idea if that's helpful or not, but it's tasty.
She accepts this and says, I'm going to run studies on this. And looks delighted.
Should do it before it grows bread mold.
Oh, I will.
Next.
Thanks. Who's next?
I guess I'll go next because it's not gonna take very long.
Okay. Sorry, that took longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's fine.
Same.
Basically, Minato wanders around and finds leader to the illusion enchantment area,
Okay.
and then proceeds to try and talk to someone and try and get them to critique her style, maybe teach her,
Critique her style, critique her what?
maybe teach her a spell, a new spell, like show them what some of the stuff she can do.
That's gonna
You know,
cost you.
Okay.
Oh no, you have to pay tuition.
Do you have 23,000 gold?
Yeah, how much gold do you have?
Well, total, including what we just picked up, gold. Let me convert this to gold real quick. That would be 576.06 gold pieces.
Nice.
That's a lot, but you're gonna have to find somebody who's willing to accept gold to teach you a lesson. What are you trying to learn, by the way?
Nothing in particular. Maybe like charm person or something, but that's a bit of a stretch.
So it might actually work better for you to try and just slip into a lesson and pretend you're a student and you just got in late.
I could do that.
That
I
might-
could do that.
Sure. Roll. Yeah, you can just pick the one large lecture hall that's in session right now. I don't know if you'll learn a spell out of it though.
That's fine. Just see what school is all about.
Okay. Oh yeah, you've never been to college, huh?
Never been to a school before.
That's fun,
Should
yeah.
be interesting.
Okay, yeah. Which is hilarious because the lecture you enter is it is in fact on illusion magic, but it's specifically focusing on the play between light and dark. And they've got a couple fun trinkets up on the stage. There's face tone. Please, JD. Please don't do that. There's a couple of fun trinkets up on the stage. You can see a couple different, two drift globes. One of which is just a drift globe just floating there, and one of them is a drift globe in a little brass casing. You see a couple other gems or that are emitting light, or in a couple cases, absorbing light, or so it seems anyways. You could see some pieces of fabric, and there's an energetic... I don't know. What do you think? We'll just go ahead and say human man. We're just gonna say human man. Energetic human man giving a lecture up on stage. Repeatedly poking the drift globes like he's playing Bop the Balloon with them, kind of. To keep them from drifting gently down onto the floor. And he's talking about how illusion messes with the play between light and shadow, and how not even casting an illusion spell, but just messing with light and shadow can enhance your illusion.
Okay.
There's people taking notes, yeah. No one looks at you when you come in. Like, it's just normal.
I just assume you're late.
Mm-hmm.
The professor being all energetic and whatnot, how does he sound as he's relaying the lesson?
Falcon, if you want that one answered.
Sorry? What was that?
If you want that one answered. I think this is who I think it is.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is Dr. Libby. He was an associate professor before. Apparently he's a full professor now, which I didn't know. Wasn't that at the time that Zachar left. Is famous for direct one-on-one outreach to students and is a really popular mentor, which honestly would be impossible for someone that actually had to sleep, but he appears not to. He is full of energy and he loves to convey information. It might not be in the manner.
Okay.
It might not be Did you say that might not be in a coherent manner?
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely see one student who's like desperately trying to take notes, and then he crosses something out, and then he tries to erase the cross out, and then he tries to cross it out again, and then he just puts the book on the table and puts his head in his hands.
Oh, buddy. This is why Dr. Libby has office hours so much.
So
his office hours are 8 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Yep.
So very energetic and very interactive.
To teach it.
In that case, Minato will lean over to the closest student she sat by and be like, "Do you think he ever sleeps?"
No, mate, he doesn't. It's the kid you're sitting next to is a drow who looks like he sleeps about as much as Libby does, but like it actually affects him.
Buddy.
I know that feel.
Relatable.
And she Minato will then put a little image, a silent image that's about inch and a half high, of a small replication of him jumping around and juggling and doing all sorts of small little funny things.
He would love it.
Huh.
So cute.
Huh. I could.
Have him climb up a ladder and then fall down again, you know.
Well, he doesn't notice you do that. He's too busy.
Right.
And let's see. Neither does the drow because he's fallen asleep.
Oh, buddy!
Oh, poor
boy.
Is this like one big long desk or is it a desk?
It's one big long desk. It's a lecture hall where it's like tiers of desks of big long tables.
I will have it continue on down the line.
I love it.
Are you? Let me just ask. Are you trying to cause a ruckus?
Little bit.
Minato's
Why,
trying to
though?
cause a fracas, not a ruckus.
Why
Huh.
not?
Okay.
Draw the any attention away from her.
Yeah, it gets about 3 students down before this elven girl with her hair pulled back in these extremely intricate braids, snaps her fingers, and you feel your spell is snuffed out.
Oh.
And she looks over and she says, "Quiet."
Shut down.
Some of us are trying to learn.
Some of us are trying to take notes on this.
Nata's not even paying attention. She's just staring ahead.
This is too good.
All right, that's it. That's pretty much it.
All right. We have time for one more. Who's up next? Anybody? What's up? Anyone want to go?
I'd like to get my book translated.
You'd like to get one now?
I'd like to get that book translated.
The problem with the book is that the dialect of Celestial that everybody knows is not the one it's written in.
Oh.
It's not that it's a different language. It's that
Should have asked the Naga.
it makes no sense. The Naga
We
couldn't
did
read it.
ask the Naga.
It makes no sense. It would take months to translate it properly.
I'd at least just like to get any insight about it.
Okay, who do you want to go see about that? Since you know the college so well.
Yeah, we're gonna go with any of the other language historians. There are only like 3 of us, so.
You tell me who that is.
Is Ballynock still around?
I think he's in an experimentation right now, actually.
Too busy? I mean,
Also, that's not his name, but you know. Yeah, he's in the he's doing some experimentation in the south building.
not that one.
Oh, not that one?
Ballynock.
Are we thinking of the same professor?
No.
Okay. Is that his brother?
No.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, well then this is someone you haven't told me about then.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention.
My god, there's like 60 people here.
I know, there's a lot of people on a college campus. Anyway, Ballynock was just as smart as me, but not as adventurous. So probably still around here.
Yeah, okay, sure. Is he
Simpler
also a
code-
gnome?
Initiative. Pardon?
Who is this guy?
An elf.
He's an elf. Okay. Pretty typical for the University of Iyril.
Raised by
What'd you say?
an elf raised by halflings.
Perfect. Excellent. Go on. He'll be exactly where you expect him to be.
Yeah, so that's just chilling in his office, doing busy work.
Okay.
When we were in school together, I always criticized him kind of maybe a little more rudely for not having initiative, but now I've come to understand that he actually likes busy work.
Okay. So, yeah, you go and find this guy, and he looks up, and he's like, hello.
Oh, hi!
Hi, what do you want?
Well, while I was out in the world, I found a little puzzle that I thought might be right up your alley. Take a look at this.
Okay. Oh, you give him the book?
Yeah.
Okay. And he looks at it and he goes, what is this?
That's exactly what we've been trying to figure out.
Well, it's written in Celestial, but
Mm-hmm.
these words don't really make sense. Where did you find this?
Found this up in the mountains.
Just like under a rock, or
Under a lot of rocks, actually.
under a what? I couldn't hear
Under
you. Your mic cut out.
rocks.
Under a lot of rocks.
Well, that really doesn't tell me a whole lot, huh?
In the library in Comet's Glory.
Oh.
Right?
Huh. Of the Mirror Queen.
Yeah!
Right. Huh. Okay. Well, You want me to translate this, right?
Yeah, if you think you can get a handle on it.
Well, it's probably gonna
See,
take a while.
first, pretty sure it's a map, but you
Well,
get to this, and it all breaks down. See?
and he looks at it, and he sits there for a second, and he literally stares at it for like a solid minute and a half, just in silence. And he says, "No, this is not a map. This is a story, I think.
Wait, what?
No, this is the start of a story. Yeah. This is describing some planes. Well, it's describing all of them. In what I think, based on the first one, is excruciating detail, which I don't know if that was really necessary. But
Oh,
what was that?
you know.
Yeah, this is a story, but I'll see if I can look at this in my spare time. How important would you rank this?
Very.
Oh, well, alright, fine.
I know what this sounds like, and I know maybe I haven't always kept you in the loop, but if you know anything about the rift in Saints Haven,
Uh-huh, yeah, oh, yeah.
hundreds related, and there are some big issues happening that are also related to that. So the sooner that we get things kind of figured out, the better. I'm not joking when I say this could be of importance to pretty much the whole of our plane.
He's gonna insight check you.
Please.
He got a 4.
Nice.
Well, you seem earnest to him, so... Alright, I'll look at it, but, I mean, it looks like a story, I don't know if... Okay, if you think it's important, if it's that important, I'll go ahead and take a look.
It is, and I appreciate this. Really, I do. Is there anything I can do to help out?
Not really. No, I don't really do anything you'd be specifically interested in, so... This is gonna take a while. I hope you realize that.
I do. I absolutely do.
Like, months, probably.
That's fine. Do you think we could make a copy?
Oh, yeah, I don't see why not. Just out
You
of
can help
curiosity,
you with that if you need it.
did you guys take the book, or did you take a copy of the book?
No, we made a copy.
Of the book, okay.
I need a copy of it.
Alright, yeah. Oh, sure, I can make a copy of this. I'll get one of my, I'll get somebody to help me with it.
Alright, that way there's always one to travel.
Well, you know where I'll be. If you want to come get it at some point, I'll be here.
You know I'll be back. Thank you so much.
Of course you will.
And, Falcon, I wanna, so I remember, like, it probably hasn't changed in a couple of years. I remember his favorite coffee order. I wanna go get him a coffee.
That's fair. Okay.
That's right?
What was that?
I can do that much.
Oh, yeah. You really think his coffee order's gonna change?
It's not.
It's
It's
not.
so not. And for the record, it's an Americano.
I don't know what that means. Alright. That's where we're gonna go ahead
Drink
and
of
end it for
it's diluted
tonight.
as-
You got I'm literally in the middle of an outro, JD. J-Dog. You gotta stop.
cat.
Alright. Espresso diluted with hot water. That sounds disgusting.
Yep.
Alright. That's where we're gonna go ahead and end it for tonight. Let me go ahead and outro the stream, and I'll be back to chat with you guys in just a second. They're fucking posting Charlie Chaplin gifs in the chat thanks to Minato. Jesus. Alrighty. Hey guys, thank you for stopping by on this lovely evening. And playing around, playing around, chilling with us while we made our way through Iyril, or through Iyril to Varmea, and to the university. Next week we'll be doing some more fun university garbage, and then I think after that, either next week is more university garbage, or next week is tieflings and university is after that. If it's not that, then next week is university and the week after that is tieflings. At some point in the next 2 weeks, I think we're gonna do the third and final session / third and almost final session of Tiefling Appreciation Week. So that'll be pretty cool. Other than that, I don't have any announcements for you guys. So, I will be back on a Sunday evening for something, probably. And I will see you wonderful folks then. Alright? A friendly reminder that, I really need a command for my YouTube thing. Okay, if you scroll, I don't have the link on me right now because I'm a dingus, but I think I can actually click on it. I'm gonna try and go find the YouTube link. Actually, you know what? I may as well just take a link and make a command right now. I'm gonna make a, oh, yo, the word hat is in my YouTube link! That's the best! Yes! Boom, here we go. Alright, made a YouTube channel command. So, exclamation point YouTube, let me add, don't let me forget to add that to my commands box panel. It's a panel. That's what it's called. It's called a panel. On the stream page there, go ahead and check out the YouTube channel to find all the past broadcasts from D&D, all the way back to the first one, minus the 2 that I lost because I forgot to download them, or my computer froze while downloading them and didn't let me do it. Alright, go ahead and check those out. They are really okay, so they start out kind of bad because tech was not so great back then, but now they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I have sessions 1 through 26 up right now, and hopefully within the next few days I will have all past broadcasts up and ready to watch, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Other than that, that is everything I have for tonight, so I will see you guys on Sunday evening, and until then, good night.